Let's now shift our attention to the other big story that we are tracking on WION, and this, of course, is the biggest headline. India is going to the moon again. It has learnt from the failure from its previous moon mission Chandrayaan-2, and now Chandrayaan-3 has roared off to make a soft landing on the southern pole of the moon. This is easy to say, but remember, this is going to be an incredibly complex and a technical task to accomplish. ISRO has embarked upon an ambitious journey to land an unmanned spacecraft on the surface of this moon. And our next report by Siddharth MP gets you more details.
The liftoff of India's largest and heaviest rocket, the LVM-3 vehicle. This is a 642-ton rocket that's lifting off. LVM-3 is a rocket that is powered by 3 types of fuel: solid, liquid and cryogenic fuel. You can see that the LVM-3 rocket is lifting off now. So as we speak, there's 400 tons of solid fuel that is burning. This is hydroxyl terminated polybutadiene ammonium perchlorate that's burning. Nearly through 2/3 of the rocket's fuel is burning as we speak to get the rocket off the ground. Let's remember that this is a mission that will last about 16.5 minutes. The rocket is now giving away its characteristic engine roar for almost an 8-kilometer radius around Satish Dhawan Space Center.
With this begins India's latest tryst with the moon. Indian Space Agency ISRO's heavyweight LVM-3 M4 rocket lifted off from Sriharikota in the southern state of Andhra Pradesh, carrying the Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft, which is blazing its way to the far side of the moon. Chandrayaan means moon vehicle in Sanskrit, built on a budget of just under $75 million. The spacecraft carries an orbiter, a lander and a rover in a demonstration of India's emerging space technology. The spacecraft has now embarked on a journey lasting slightly over a month. It will land on the lunar surface on August 23rd. As thousands of enthusiasts clapped and cheered at the launch site, applause and cheers swept through mission control at Satish Dhawan Space Center.
Chandrayaan-3 has started its journey towards moon. Our dear LVM-3 has already put Chandrayaan-3 craft into the precise orbit around Earth. 170 by 36,500 km was its intended target orbit, and it is precisely there now.
Only 3 other space agencies, the United States, the former Soviet Union and China, have touched down a lander on the moon's surface, but none have landed near the lunar South Pole, where ISRO has set its eyes. After landing on the moon, 6-wheeled rover Pragyan will emerge. Pragyan means wisdom in Sanskrit. The rover has 2 payloads. One would explore the lunar surface. The second one will make measurements, which would help in search for Earth-like planets outside our solar system. An unprecedented feat that would advance India's position as a major space power. With Siddharth MP in Sriharikota, Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
So the success of the Chandrayaan-3 mission will pave the way for future interplanetary missions. And our senior correspondent Siddharth MP has, of course, sent us this report explaining about the spacecraft's 40-day journey ahead. Listen in to what he had to say.
India's third lunar mission, Chandrayaan-3, the spacecraft has embarked on its 40-day journey, which is a 384,000 kilometer journey to the moon. The launch took place successfully from Satish Dhawan Space Center. The spacecraft was placed in orbit around the Earth. The launch took place exactly as planned at 2:35 p.m. on 14th July. And hereafter, the spacecraft has a 40-day journey ahead. You may ask why 40 days? Because most lunar spacecrafts can get there in about 4 or 5 days. But why is Chandrayaan-3 taking 40 days? This is because India doesn't have the kind of powerful rockets that US or Russia possesses. So what India does is it uses what is known as orbit raising maneuvers. So the spacecraft is placed in a circular or elliptical orbit around the Earth, and at regular intervals the engines of the spacecraft are fired and the spacecraft enters a larger circular orbit. So this is done multiple times, and finally this orbit raising maneuver is done in such a way that the engines are fired for so long that the spacecraft gains so much velocity and it gains so much power that it leaves the influence of the Earth and goes on a trajectory towards the moon. later, thereon, it actually gets captured by lunar gravity and is further, the process of orbit raising maneuvers is reversed and the orbit is reduced and the spacecraft is actually brought closer and closer to the moon by firing its engines, and eventually it comes above 100 kilometers above the lunar surface and then it attempts soft landing. So we also know from ISRO's chairman, Dr. S.Somanath, that ISRO, according to ideal conditions, has planned the lunar landing for the 23rd of August, and we can expect lunar landing in India time by 5:47 or 17:47 hours on August 23rd. So this is a 40-day journey, a very arduous journey that Chandrayaan-3 will have to undertake, and this is something that all of India and several people, enthusiasts from around the world, will be watching with bated breath. With video journalist Chandrasekhar from Sriharikota, Siddharth MP, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.